Hey everyone, Gifted Rabbit here. Welcome back to another Farming Simulator 16 tutorial. This is a place where I show you the basics of the game, so please subscribe for more videos regularly. Now let's get started. Today we're going to go over the basics of how to get your land ready for growing new crops. So, when you look at your land, it should be this color right here. That means that nothing has happened to this land. It is bare. You need to work with it to get it started. Now, this right here, if I go into my shop to show you, is called a cultivator. Now, if you're starting out, yours might be green like this. I bought this one, this one here, just because it was a little bit easier and quicker. You're going to grab your tractor, and you're going to back up into it so it hooks on. Once you've done that, you can. I like to go right here to the edge of the field, and you're going to press this little wrench at the bottom, and it's going to open. And you basically just drive this guy all down your farm. Now what you're going to notice is as I'm driving this, you want to stay in a straight line because that's the best way to do it. As you can tell, behind it, the land is getting a little bit darker. Now when it gets darker like that, that means you've covered it. So say if I went over and then around and I missed a little bit, you can see that this part right here didn't get done. So I got to go back and do that, otherwise nothing's going to grow there. Now doing this manually by hand is tough because as you can tell, you have to be perfect and it takes up a lot of time. Now what I like to do, and it doesn't cost a lot of money either, is this steering wheel right here. You just push it and the computer starts doing it for you. Now you'll notice up here at the top your money is going to start to deplete. It's not a lot of money, in my opinion, for the work that you're getting done. I mean, for the full experience, by all means, you can go ahead and manually do this yourself. That's great. But I personally like to, get the computer to do it just because I have so many farming patches, I'm working on at once, and it's just easier for me. Now, once it's all done like that, it's going to look like this. As you can see, this field here has already been cultivated. It's all dark. Your next step is sowing. So I'll show you what that looks like here. Sowing machines. This red one here is probably what you have. Mine's a little bit bigger. Mine looks like this. But they both do the same thing. Now this depends on what you want to plant. So let's go find our sowing machine. Oh, I think it's right here. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go right behind it with our tractor. And we're going to pick it up. Oop. And come on. There we go. We got it picked up. Now, we're going to align ourselves onto the farm right at the edge. So we're starting right at the end. Now, as you can see, that little steering wheel at the bottom has appeared, so you can let the computer do it by itself. Or if you want to do it by yourself, you may. So the first step when you're sowing is you got to select the plant you want to sow. So down here, this is canola, this is sugar beet, this is grain, and this is corn. Now, what I like to do when I first started off was I clicked up here, and I clicked on prices. Now, I can see here that this train station is buying canola for $2,700. That's the highest price out of anything. It's more than corn, it's more than grain, and it's more than potatoes. So to start off, when you really start the game fresh, my recommendation is to plant canola. So you're gonna go to canola. You got the little flower down here. You're going to align your tractor, you're going to press your little wrench like you did with the other field, and you're going to start on the field. Now remember, doing this manually means you have to control it very carefully. Now as you're planting, you're going to notice behind you, again, the field color gets a little bit lighter. You see that? Let me see if I can turn this all the way. Now look, the field over here is lighter than the field over here. That means you're doing a good job. But again, if you don't want to do this by yourself manually in case you'll mess up or in case you want to do something else, you just press the little steering wheel right here, and the computer will take care of the rest for you. Now you're going to notice, as the computer's planting, you're going to open up a little mini-map here, and the orange thing that's moving with my black arrow up here is this tractor doing its work right here. once you've planted enough of the canola crop or whatever crop you're planting, it's actually going to make the symbol appear right on top of the field. That indicates that this particular field is growing whatever you're growing, in case you have so many fields and you don't remember what's growing here because you just see a barren land. So I'm gonna let this guy do a few rounds, and you'll be able to see what I'm talking about right here in that symbol. Now I'm working with this red tractor here. It's one of the more expensive ones. The difference is he's a bit faster, and he holds more gas, and he has more horsepower. So when he's using machines like this sowing machine, he'll go a little bit to a lot faster compared to which other tractor you have. I know everybody starts with the basic green tractor. If you want the work to be done a little bit quickly, you can upgrade as you get more money. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing this first, like buying a tractor first off. I wouldn't do it just because there's so many other things you could spend your money on, like another piece of land or a potato harvester or anything else really, a grass lawnmower. Here I am now. I think I'm about at the halfway mark of planting those canola seeds in here, and let's see if we can get that symbol to pop up. Come on, maybe we'll give it one more row. If it doesn't, then I'll skip ahead and I'll show you. But once this whole field is covered, or how much ever you want it to cover, you want to plant half, you can plant half. That's fine too. You're done. You're basically done. You could also add manure to it, but I'll cover that in a different video just because it's a little bit too much, and I'll have to explain how to get the manure in the first place. But once you've done sowing the land, you just play the waiting game. And as time goes by, you'll see that, maybe you'll get like a little bit of grass, or you'll see a little bit of your crop growing, and then a little bit later it'll get a little bit bigger, and then a little bit later it'll be really big, and then once it turns a bit of a darker orange color, I notice, and even in the picture here for your field, it'll be orange, and that's when it's ready to be harvested. And once it's ready to be harvested, you're just gonna grab this guy here, your harvester, and drive to it, press this button right here, and he'll start collecting for you. But like I said, that's pretty basic stuff. We'll cover a couple things if you guys are still lost in another video here, but as you can tell, I barely lost any money, and this guy's done all the work for me, so I could maybe farm a third land or cut some grass or feed my cows, whatever. It'll do whatever I want him to do. But that's the basics of how to get your land ready for planting crops. If you have any other questions, or if you want to see a video on something else, leave a comment below. Don't forget to subscribe to The Gifted Rabbit for more videos on Farming Simulator 16. Just a quick note, I am filming this on an Android tablet, but it works the same for even an iPad or an iPhone. Whatever you're using, the interface is the same, everything is just about the same. So in case you were wondering about that. Now here we go, the symbol here down here in the map is a flower, which means we are growing canola in this field right here. So that's just a little indicator, and when that turns orange, it means it's ready to be harvested. Anyways, thank you again, guys. Stay tuned for more videos.